Right from the get-go, when Fox gave us the green light and our director finished the script for the movie, we went over a lot of the scenes, and we all kind of talked about how we would make everything that would eventually be part of the scenes. And for the scene Last Stand, which is one of the most pivotal points in the movie, we wanted to make an automated turret to add sort of a sci-fi element to the movie, and sort of we wanted to emphasize the technological capabilities of some of the characters with what they had on hand. And so in the movie, the turret has a very sort of rough, kind of cobbled together feel to it, and we really wanted to get that into the movie because of the situation they were in. They didn't have a lot to make the turret, so it's sort of a last-ditched effort to make a defensible weapon, and we get to see that in the movie. For the special effects team, this was sort of a daunting task because we had really never made anything quite like this before. I mean, we've worked in the shop making competition robots, but never anything for films. So this was a pretty big undertaking, and we started with 3 individuals, and towards the end I was the only one working on it because they lost interest or were doing something else. The biggest problem we faced when designing was by far the turntable for the turret. We went through design after design trying to sketch the thing up, but it never really worked all that well. It was stiff, it was hard to turn, we greased it multiple times, and it helped a little but not very much, and there was some doubt as to whether the motor would even be able to turn it. We must have spent a week or more attaching the thing to the base and trying to figure out how we would get the gear on, and it was just a nightmare. And in the end, it was all for nothing because we forgot to put our names on it, and yeah, the shop went through one of their cleaning phases and it wasn't marked, and they dismantled it, so we had to start over from scratch. Starting over for us was probably the best thing that happened, because by this time we had working sketches and CAD files, so we knew what we were doing before we would get into it. And this time we had the proper equipment, we had the proper bolts, nuts, wood, you name it, we had it all together. And we put the whole base and everything together in, I'd say, maybe 3 or 5 days, being we only had about an hour or 2 to work on it at a time. And after that, it was the whole thing was a breeze. In the end, we really had something we loved, and it worked so well. It ran off a old boat battery, so we never had to recharge it. We had little to no mechanical failures, no electronical fails except for the fuses. It just worked. Our director loved it, and I think you guys will love it too when you see it in the upcoming film.